Hi, welcome back to the Blind LP for Eagle Eye Mysteries in London. We are now going to start on this case. It's called Case of the Robin Hood Hacker. So we'll begin. Jake, are you and Stakaze up for some investigating today? I've got a hot news story that I must get to press tonight, and I'll need some help. Sure thing, Aunt Em. What's the scoop? Meet me down at Scotland Yard and I'll fill you in on the details. It looks like we've got a modern-day Robin Hood on our hands.
Let's go!
Let's go, Stakaze. Let's go, Jake. On to Scotland Yard. Inspector Gadget and Aunt Miranda have been pals for years. He always calls her in to help him figure out tough crimes like this. That way, she gets her scoop and he gets his crook. Okay, so Aunt Miranda. I've tried to wade through the records that the bank sent over, but I'm afraid it'll take someone a bit more computer keen than myself to suss it out. All those crisscrossing file names have me baffled. Inspector Gadget said that he sent copies over to the computer whizzes at the university. They're experts on computer tracking. If anyone can sort this mess out, they can. You know, it was only by chance that the bank noticed the error at all. One of their clerks just happened to log into the main computer late last night and noticed that the records had been tampered with that very day. If it had gone unnoticed last night, the program would have automatically erased the day's log notes that pointed out the tampering. Whoever did this is probably sure that they'll get off scot-free. Okay, the program would have automatically erased the day's log notes that pointed out. If it had gone unnoticed, I think I'm missing some information. The funny thing is that your Uncle Basil and I know one of the people on this list, Ivy Brissot. She's having lunch at our house today. She's a writer charm of your uncle's. One of those types who's convinced they'll make $1 million one day. I'd love to see her face when she next checks her bank balance. She'll think her ships come in. What? From what I can make of these computer records, it appears that someone fancies himself a 20th century Robin Hood. These records show that someone cracked a bank password code and took it upon himself to redistribute the wealth, shall we say. The records show that someone used the telephone system to enter the bank's database yesterday and tamper with the contents of 6 accounts. Okay, the thief must have used a modem, a device that allows a computer to communicate with another computer over phone lines. Modem, oh man, I haven't heard that word for a while. I think you are still using it though, but people are more used to the word router now, so he took £100,000 from an account belonging to the Rotten Rich Chaps Club and deposited it in 5 equal parts of £20,000 each in 5 separate accounts. Oh, okay, now I kind of get what Aunt Miranda is saying. He took, Inspector. Are you sure the thief was a guy? Oh no, Jake, I'm not. Figure of speech, don't you know? It could very well have been a man or a woman who did the tampering. There's no way of knowing. Our computer expert over at the University of London is sure that the culprit has to be one of the 5 people whose accounts received the money, because he or she used one of the account numbers to get into the bank's main computer, okay? But the clever blighter covered his or her tracks so well, we can't pinpoint exactly which account number was used. We could ask them. Inspector Gage's case file lists the 5 people who received money, plus their account numbers at the London Trust Bank and their home and work addresses. Ivy bristled. Account number 12571363665 20 Chelsea Place, London, self-employed. Alma Clum. Account number. Okay, you can read this. This one's staying at a hotel. Okay, Jake, let's go. That's a lot of places. Let's go with the furthest one. Queen Street. The door over there is marked 72 Starkaze, and it must be Rick Hutton getting his mail. That was a student, right? I think. Hi there. Mind if we take a few photos? Or did I think wrongly? Cool. That is a clever little Tingerbob you've got there. Takes photos and all, does it? Can I have a look? Sorry. My sister's pretty touchy about who we let handle the Travis. She only wants Starkaze and I to use it. Suit yourself. You don't have to worry about me breaking it though. I've paid my way through school working on all sorts of computers. He's good in computers. Rick is posting a note to the post office asking them to hold his mail for 2 months. Rick's mail includes 2 magazines on a computer software and a newsletter called Programmer's Helper. What? Okay, we'll keep that in mind. That was short. I wonder who's at the university. I can't remember. Check out that computer. Microguts everywhere. You really have to be pretty good with computers to know how to take them apart and put them back together again. Mr. Henley, I've gotten as far as I'm going to get with this computer record Scotland Yard sent over. I'm afraid there's no way of telling which of the 5 bank accounts ordered the transfer. Okay. Whoever the clever little blighter is, they've covered their tracks brilliantly. As I told Inspector Gage, the only thing I know for sure is that one of the 5 accounts that received money definitely arranged to transfer. Quite a clever idea, really. Rather than transfer a great big wad of cash into one place and give yourself away, why not play a bit of Robin Hood? You know, Take from the rich and give to the poor. Before the transfer, all 5 of these accounts had very little cash, indeed tucked away in them. I suspect that whoever nicked the cash thought he'd ease his conscience, right? Oh, I've been pronouncing it wrong all along. And I skipped the text. Oh no, I'm gonna have to relook. At any rate, the person you're looking for would have to be quite a wizard with computers. The hacker who did this knows their way in and out of some very complex computer code. Okay. Hacker? Who's that? No, Jake, no. Jake! Hacker! Someone who uses their knowledge of computers to crack codes or play illegal tricks with proper computers is called a hacker. Jake, how old are you? I mean, yeah. One of the books in the university common room is about Robin Hood, a legendary figure in our English history. Okay. Okay. I wonder if that guy is Mr. Clump. He sure is covered with little machines. Okay. Ah, so you couldn't resist the appeal of the Microman, the world's smallest android. Microman? What is that? Some kind of toy? No, Microman is a personal secretary of the most convenient kind. Its computer brain keeps track of all your appointments and schedules, and its internal clock buzzes you when it's time to go to a meeting. So why is it shaped like a little doll? Wouldn't that look kind of weird in a briefcase? No, weird? Not at all. Forward-thinking, avant-garde, leading age. The Microman is the first in a new wave of doll-shaped office supplies. Well, I'm not surprised by your reaction. Business has been terrible as of late. I don't think the world is ready yet for Microman just yet. Oh, sorry. Is ready for Microman just yet. I suppose it's back to the drawing board for me. Besides, to tell you the truth, the blasted little things keep forgetting their programming anyway. They really need work. If only I knew more about computers and programming. So he's out. What's that though? The sign on the door at Datacom says gone to British Museum Curator's office on a 7-bed. Who is that? Did the amount just increase? British Museum. Now I'll go Ritz Hotel first. The museum can read. Oh, she's working at it. Ritz Hotel. I thought she was staying at Ritz Hotel. So there I was, just dipping in for a bit of pin money at one of those newfangled automatic cash machines when I just had a quick look at me account balance and you'll never guess. overdrawn again, Mrs. P. If you'd like, I can lend you a few quid. No, David, love, that's just it. It's me that could be lending you a few quid. A few thousand, if it were mine indeed. That is, but I'm afraid it's not. Not at all. That's why I've got to call that bank, you see, and tell them they've got the wrong account. I love to say that that £20,000 is mine, but I know it's not. And if it's not mine, then someone's missing it. Well, she's nice. She's nice. Very honest. Very honest. Why our house? Why? Strange. Why? Oh, yes, Ivy Brissot. That must be Miss Brissot. Man, that's a pretty fancy looking computer she's got. I've never seen a laptop that small. I've never seen a laptop that's small enough, even now. It's all heavy for me. That's why I prefer desktop to just stay on the tables. I don't need to carry it around. I don't have to carry it around. I have no reason to carry a desktop around. It's good. Okay, let's talk to Ivy Brissot. Clever little thing, isn't it, Jake? I just picked it up this morning. The store clerk said it was the very latest in carry-along computers. A Micromate laptop 2000. Is that what it is? It sure looks really cool. I bet Jennifer'd be drooling right about now if she was here. She'd be itching to take the thing apart and see what makes it tick or hum. What a dreadful thought. How would we ever get it back together again? It was appallingly expensive, you know. At any rate, I can see this wouldn't be as easy as I thought. It's quite a complicated little monster. I shall have to do some studying up before I'm ready to use it. Your Uncle Basil has promised to help me sort it out, though. Okay, not her either. Really, Ivy, I'm not sure why you bought this thing if you haven't the first clue how to use it. You've never been very good with computers. Now let me have a look at the manual, will you? Oh, Basil, don't be so discouraging. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it. I just know it'll be the perfect thing to write my new novel on. I can bring my clunky old typewriter on a cruise now, can I? Oh, she's going on a cruise. Oh, okay, him too. Jake is asking for me. You're going on a cruise, Miss Brissot? Yes, Jake, and I'm so excited. It'll be my very first trip out of Britain, and I'm doing it up a treat. I've booked a world tour on the Spectacular Decadence cruise lines. Wow, world tour. Good grief, Ivy. What bank did you rob to be able to afford that? Those cruises are terribly expensive. I've always told you I was going to come into money, Basil, and as you can see, I have. What can I say? It's obviously my destiny to be rich and famous. Now, if only I could use the modem that comes with this on my trip. But I've already spoken to the cruise lines, and they've told me that there are no phone lines available to compete. Oh man, the olden days where you connect your phone lines to the modems directly. Oh my god. Available to computer users on cruise ships. How annoying. Any more? Oh no. You. Go back. We'll save. Hey, that guy at the computer must be Mr. Banks. He sure seems like he knows his way around a keyboard. That one. Then we'll talk to this one first. Procedure. I've seen this guy. Do hurry up with that computer, Robin. The brute's been down since last week. If I could have reached you on your vacation, I'd have dragged you in right away. That shrewish little secretary of yours said she couldn't possibly reach you on your cruise. No phones at sea, she said. Well, at least no phones with modem access. Well, nice for some, I said, pottering around in the sun whilst others worked their fingers to the bone struggling with defective computers. Some people have no consideration. A few adjustments to your configuration here, and the system will be up and running again. Running again in no time, Mr. Tripp. You fix computers, Mr. Banks? Absolutely. If it runs on circuitry or on microchips, I can make it run better. If it's down, I'll bring it up. If it's slow, I'll make it speedy. Here's my card. Mr. Banks' business card reads, Robin Banks, Computer Analyst, Datacom, Covent Garden. Is that it? Oh man, I have no idea. Oh no. Whoa, I don't know. Oh no. Okay, let's review the facts. Probably thinks that they'll get away, okay? Okay, so the person knows this. Ivy Resort is a good friend of Uncle Bethel. Okay, Ivy Resort, Alma Clump. She didn't do it either. It's either Rick Hutton or Robin Banks. But Robin Banks was away on a cruise, right? Because Ivy doesn't know about computer. Elmer Clump doesn't really know that much about computer either. Okay. Okay, yeah. Robin Banks was on a cruise. So we go by elimination. But then we don't really know much about Miss Plum. But I really doubt it's her. I really doubt so. So if we go by elimination, person who tampered. No, I need the one which says it's done by someone who knows the computer well, I guess. That person is a hacker. Someone who uses their knowledge, yes. Okay, hacker. I need one which says that is Rick Hutton. Computer software. Then Rick Hutton says that he paid his way through school. Shall we do the eliminations? Plus, Robin Banks came from a cruise, so he has money, so there's no point. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Since we know that the tampering came from one of the accounts that received, who did it by figuring out who couldn't have done it and seeing who's left over. Yeah, I told you that. I just can't find the correct answers. The computer expert at the university. Mr. Henley says that only someone who is very good with computers could have figured out. Yep. Let's just pinpoint everything on Rick Hutton. Rick Hutton. What? What? It's Rick Hutton.
You got it!
What? You got it! Rick Hutton is this hacker who tampered with the bank accounts. Mr. Henley, the computer expert at London University, told us that the tampering definitely came from one of the 5 accounts that received the money. He also said that the person who did the tampering must have been an expert hacker, someone who cracks computer codes for fun. Yes. We interviewed all 5 of the suspects. Mrs. Plum called the bank to tell them of the error in her account. The real hacker wouldn't have done that. It would have given him or her away. Mr. Plum makes computerized toys, but he's no computer expert. His toys never seem to do what they're told. Ivy Brissot, Uncle Basil's friend, was all set to spend the money she found in her account, but she didn't put it there. She was having a tough time figuring out her new laptop. The bank's complicated security codes would have been impossible for her. Robin Banks certainly seemed the type, except that he's been on a cruise for the last week when no phones with modem access were available, so he couldn't have connected with the bank's software and done the tampering. The only suspect who had the skill and the opportunity to break into the bank's database was Rick Hutton. And that's the end of the case. So let's see what's the next case. Bronwyn's bequest. Well, okay, that will be for the next case. So thank you for watching, and until the next episode, goodbye.